Your Honor, this bony hoe over here, which is my niece, she tore my vehicle up.
Did the car have insurance?
No, when
She told me it did.
The 23 cars on this board here are the cars that I've given him.
Why would you give him so many cars?
Because
How
I'm
big is your
stupid,
garage?
that's why.
He is not a loving father. He does not care. I do not love you. I never will. All I have for you is hate.
Plaintiff Marlene Lancaster is suing the defendant, her niece, for destroying her car, failing to repay a loan, and emotional distress. Defendant Candace Hancock says she doesn't owe her auntie anything because the money was a gift, not a loan, and the accident wasn't her fault.
Case number 173 on the docket, Lancaster versus Hancock.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. We have the plaintiff, Ms. Lancaster, and you are suing your niece, Candace Hancock, for the value of a vehicle, money loaned, and emotional distress. Yes.
Your Honor, this bony hoe over here, which is my niece, she tore my vehicle up.
She tore your vehicle up?
Yes, she did.
Okay, how did this all happen?
I let her stay with me for over a year.
Yeah.
I took care of her and her family.
Yeah.
And I was nothing but good to her, okay?
Yes.
And in Michigan, the weather is kind of bipolar, okay?
Yeah.
And I have diabetes, so my vision is kind of off. So I had her driving for me under stipulation. She would drive for me to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
And to go to different things, like to take the kids to the doctors or whatever it may be, and to go to her jobs, which her jobs is getting jobs because she can't keep a job. She started doing the things that she wanted to do, going to parties and stuff like that. Now, I end up having a call from her telling me that she got into an accident in my car.
You have the report there?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see that. All right.
There you go.
There you are, Judge.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yes.
your car. Okay, I see the damage. Obviously, there's damage to the car. I get that. Vehicle 1 made a left-hand turn onto North Washington, failing to yield the right-of-way to Vehicle 2. So you're in Vehicle 1.
Yes.
You failed to yield the right-of-way, and that resulted in the car,
That's
you
what
two
they
hitting.
said, but I did not fail to yield.
Well, apparently, I mean, that's what you were issued a citation. So, according to the police report, you were responsible for the accident.
Yes,
okay,
according to
we're
the
not
report.
adjudicating that anymore. You were the one responsible for the accident. So, if she's responsible for the accident, then another thing I want to see is what are the costs of the damages to the car?
The cost of the damages of the car is a lot.
Okay, I rule a lot.
Okay.
No, I want to see the receipts for the damage.
What the problem is I have a petition of abandoned vehicle. This why is kind of confusion of telling you how much it was worth. What the situation was.
Well, then how
was
did you
this.
come up with the amount, $2,500? How did you get that amount?
Poor people amount.
You what?
Exactly.
Poor people amount. Poor people amount. Because
Exactly,
I
that's
know
what she wants, a poor
she can-
people's amount.
Exactly, because she's poor. Because she's poor.
Okay,
But that's
now we
why I was
can't
helping
make
you at your
we
home.
can't make estimates on that.
Okay, I know.
Did you have insurance
The
for the
car
car?
was totaled.
Did the car have insurance?
No, she was supposed
Why
to have
don't
been
you have
paying-
insurance on your car?
She told me it did.
When she was driving the car, she was supposed to have the insurance on the car because she was using the car. The car was totaled. The blue book amount of the car was
Like you
I
were
thought
supposed
you
to put
said
money
the
on your
car
insurance.
wasn't total.
no, because my nerves was up. My nerves was on.
And she
10.
also lies,
When you
too.
listen.
She also
when you-
lies, too,
No,
so let's not forget that.
No, I showed you the fact that she was a liar.
And the
when
fact
she
that you're
said-
lying, too.
My nerves up because she talking at the
You
same
see how
time.
she's
as
switching
me.
her
Okay.
story.
Disrespectful.
Does the car have
Right.
insurance or not?
Does the car have insurance?
Lord have mercy. You see what she doing?
Well,
Okay.
she told me it did, and then now
Lord
that an
have mercy,
accident happened, it
Jesus.
didn't. But we had went to pay it.
Do you have a license?
I didn't at that time.
Well, why are you driving? Well, stop it. Why are you driving?
I didn't know it was suspended at that time until I had went to court.
We have an uninsured car and a driver without a driver's license. These are all things that part of it goes against you, part of it is your responsibility. The law doesn't say, well, I was letting her drive it and I told her to pay. The car is in your name. The person who owns the car is responsible to make sure the insurance is paid. The other part of the suit has to do with the loan. You loaned her $2,000.
Yes.
There's no question about that. Why do you think you don't have to repay her?
Because it was more of a gift, Your Honor. She gave me that $2,000 because of me and my children didn't have a place to go at that time. Had I waited and kept on trying to build up the money to save it, it probably would have been an additional year or 6 months before I had left. So she gave this money to me and said don't worry about giving it to me back. If you can, that's good. But if you cannot, then don't worry about it.
Okay.
So that's a gift.
And I don't know why you're upset with that. That's what you came to court.
She came to my house with that right there. They came to my house and tried to jump me, okay? And that's my cousin.
Oh, you
They
know what?
came to my house.
You know what?
Okay, let's hear from the witnesses for a second. Tell your name and what you can add
How
to the
you
story,
doing?
and then I'm going to come to you and for your side. Yes.
My name is Alicia Arnold. I'm cousins of both of them, and I feel this is petty, first of all, because you gave her the car to use, but at the same time, I understand this is your car, but when you need to do something, you call Candace to drive you.
And also,
Second
Your
of
Honor,
all-
when it comes to her, like, doctor's appointment, she get took by her insurance. So she calling me for turn-ups. And the only turn-up she talking about that I'm going to was ones that she telling me to come to babysit her. To go
party,
drink,
to
to
party.
party.
A turn-up means
Yeah.
party?
She wanted her to use the car because
That's
she
Cardi
said
B.
her diabetes
At my
in her
age,
eyes.
at my age, turn up means turn up the heat.
No, she want to turn up the liquor. That's
Oh,
what
that
she
means you
wants.
go out to party. You turn
With her
up.
friends sitting on the side like
That's
she
not true.
innocent too.
Okay. In terms of the loan, what may, will you please say?
I've been friends with Marlene when I moved down to Grand Blanc a couple years ago. I do
messy
know
since she
that
came.
her niece over here showed up, got out of the vehicle with a couple other people, threatened her, was in her face, telling her she was going to pay her money. She blocked her from all social media, took her nieces or her nephews from her, wouldn't let her see her
lying.
nephews. But I did hear
witnessed that, yeah.
yes, and I did hear that she said that she'd pay her back.
Okay. Thank you very much. Last statement, and then I am ruling.
I have evidence of everything, though. I got evidence of her calling me a bald head and no edges having bitch.
And yes, I did.
And look at that.
Because she came to my house, so I wasn't there. But
See,
if
they
we're
talking
arguing,
about- I got
you're trying to come
Okay.
fight.
Look, I got
Let me
evidence.
see it. Bring it up. Not bring
I
it.
also
Give it
had
to
evidence
Najee.
as
Give
well.
it to Najee.
Okay, but she still ain't got it.
All
I
right.
got evidence of me
Okay,
being that.
this is all makes a wonderful soap opera, but it's not relevant to the particular suit. I know you have issues with it. Look, some of this stuff
I had
is...
to go to therapy about my edges for a long time, and she know it. So they trying to, you see now
Okay.
she's trying to put both of them on me.
Okay, this is the wrong show. You're suing for $5,000. Of that $5,000, $2,000 is for money loaned. Regarding the auto accident, there is joint responsibility. I award the plaintiff $1,250. The emotional distress, you're both distressed. You are, and I'm not belittling either, but that's a wash. So I'm awarding the plaintiff $3,250.
Marlene, what's up, Marlene?
She's mad.
Looking like a fool. Okay, Cardi. So just Cardi B, you better grow up.
Did she really want to cut her hair?
She's a magazine cover. She looks nice on the outside, but when you read that book, it's nothing but drama.
She just said she couldn't see, but she can see when she want to go party. Ain't nothing wrong with her eyes. You
And
see,
you
she
see the
just walked
glasses
out there
left.
without them glasses.
This was so wrong. She lying. I ain't have her sign nothing. I'm done.
Plaintiff Brian Waters is suing his son for $3,000 for an unpaid loan. Defendant Sean Waters says he doesn't owe his dad a dime and that his father is a con artist who's only suing him because he's broke.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Case 8-7 on the docket, Waters versus Waters.
Okay. We have here the plaintiff, Mr. Waters, and you are suing your son for the sum of a $3,000 loan. Why don't we start with your story now?
Well, Your Honor, it starts back in 2006 when my son went in the Army, and as you can see, these cars represent the 23 cars on this board here are the cars that I've given him from that time to the present, where they're all just destroyed, gone, sold, or repoed from loans that he's gotten.
Why would you give him so many cars?
Because
How
I'm
big is your
stupid,
garage?
that's why.
Oh, because you're stupid?
Okay. And this board here
write that
represents
down.
the thousands of dollars that I've given him. This $6,500 overdraft scam where him and his wife just kept overdrafting the account, and it was attached to my neighbor's account because she helped him get one, and I put $6,500 in the bank in over a year to keep them from taking the money out of her account. This $2,000 here is the money I sent him in Western Union to keep him fed and gas in his car, and, cost of living, while I was in the Army, because there was no money left in here. This $2,000 here is for a cruise that my girlfriend and I were going to go on, and he arranged a wedding for that very day instead when he could have had it any other day, and she went on the cruise by herself, and I lost, the $2,000 because I didn't go, so I could go to his wedding. Then he shows up at my house with a baby and no mama, and I spent $5,000 in medical bills, $5,000 of food and clothing, and $4,400 in daycare. And I have all the receipts right in here. So that doesn't even represent the case that's here today.
Yeah, you are suing him today for $3,000.
Right, and that's not even listed up on here.
What makes this $3,000 different than that?
This is all done here today is the tipping point. This is the point where I said, I'm done. When he showed up with that baby, I said, we're going to do it my way, and you're going to listen to me, or I can't help you anymore. And
so this $3,000 is a loan?
Yeah, it's a loan. It was not just a loan. When he showed up at my house, my girlfriend and I moved him in, and he's only there a couple weeks. And instead of walking downstairs and using the bathroom, because the room, he didn't have a room, he had a sink in that room, but there's no toilet. He started urinating in the sink, and it got to the point where our whole house smelled like urine, and we figured out what it was, we threw him out. So then he ends up in a hotel, and I have to pay half of it because he doesn't make enough money to pay for it. And I told him, I said, you're going to pay me when you get your income tax money, okay? And he says, okay. And then income tax rolls around. He says, the Army took my money. I didn't get it all, and I can't pay you. And sure enough, he turns up with this $3,000 stereo system in his car. It's just disgusting. And then I got him a house to get out of the hotel, and I paid 4 months rent there because he quit 3 jobs in 14 months from the time that happened. These papers right here represent the times that he was not working.
What is that about?
Your Honor, I've never borrowed that much money from him. Never have I borrowed money. I don't know where he gets this idea that I've gotten that many cars from him. And how does a car only last 16 weeks? I'm a mechanic. That's all I do. That's all I do, and that's all I've done.
So you're saying he didn't buy all those cars?
No,
for you?
he didn't. He didn't buy. He's probably owned way more than that because that's what he does. He buys and sells cars. And he has forged my signature and gotten cars put into my name because he doesn't have a dealer's license. So he goes and puts cars into my name without my acknowledgement. And then all of a sudden, I go to the BMV to sell a car, and I can't because I'm maxed out. Somehow I've already sold 4 cars this year. So I also have text messages here of my father. He is not a loving father. He does not care. Here it says, let me make this clear. I do not love you, and I will never change. I cannot make up for all the stuff you've done. I will never forgive you. Even on my deathbed, do not ask. I truly wasted my life on you. I do not forgive you. I do not love you. I never will. All I have for you is hate. That is just one of many texts throughout the months and weeks. He would threaten me daily with, oh, I'm not coming to watch your kid today. So here I am, sitting in torment that evening, not sleeping, not doing anything, wondering how I'm going to pay my bills when I have to tell my work I can't be there tomorrow. And then every now and then he shows up. And there has been times where I've had to say, no, I can't come in. I can't come in, last second. And you know, your work can understand that a couple of times, but in the end, it's still a job. And you just can't do that to your employer.
Why do you...
This is the final message I needed you to hear. Okay, my fault for stopping your mom from having an abortion.
Only reason he's here is because I stormed an abortion clinic to stop his mom from having it. I mean, I went to jail for that.
And here's the next one, this last one, I swear. I stood up my new girlfriend because you make changes to your plans that suit you. This is at 1:30 in the morning while I'm in Kentucky picking up a car for him. And I didn't get back in enough time for him to go out with his new girlfriend. This is as of January 17th. So, and then, you do not do anything without being begged or threatened. Now, that stereo he's talking about, he stole, and he stole titles to me. He also received over $18,000 from me and my friend who bought his shop. $18,000 in the past 6 months. So I owe this man nothing. I owe him nothing. He is, I just got rid of you, me, which is me, her, which is his girlfriend, and the baby all at once. I am going to celebrate as soon as I'm done working on this truck. He has never been kind to me. He left me at a gas station when I was 13 and told me that I was ruining his life.
I mean, these are your emails. What are you doing?
Your Honor, he's only showing you the half of them. He sends the same things back and forth. It's turmoil, you know,
Negative.
back and forth. I'm not gonna justify any of those.
Well, you can't. Why would you ever wish that your own child had been, number one, aborted, number two, goes straight to hell? Even on my deathbed, I wasted my life on you.
I have wasted my life on him. I have wasted my life. I'm just telling you, I've wasted my life. I have receipts for this stuff, Your Honor, and what I'm telling you is that those are all, he can tell all the stories he wants. That's what happened.
You're a grown-up. You choose every time to make those decisions. No one's forcing you to buy him a car. Once in a while you gave him money because I would assume you loved him and you wanted to help him out. But in any event, these are all your choices. Honestly, I just don't get it. This case dismissed.
Sir? Goodbye, sir?